And just like that, folks, you catch yourself a cold. But regardless, I'm going to show you how to make these resin Monstera leaf earrings to the best of my ability. Stay tuned. If you found my video for the very first time, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my new videos. Okay, I think I've found all the supplies we're going to need for this project. First, you're going to need some gloves. And yes, this is a Starbucks straw cut in half. I'll show you how to use that. This is a cuticle pusher. It just makes a really good mixer. I have some toothpicks, and then I have my Monstera leaf molds. I'll put a link below where I got them on Amazon. This is just a piece of a plastic container that I was going to throw out, but I'm going to use it to cover up my resin when it dries. And this is just some old resin that I have in hardener. There's nothing special about the paints that I'm using here. They're just acrylic paint. I just like the colors. I'm going to use this detergent measuring cup to mix my resin in. Let's get started. Now with this resin, I am determined to use up all this resin. It's very old and I've had it for like 2 years. So basically when you're doing the resin, I'm doing 2 capfuls of the hardener here. And next I'm going to put 2 capfuls of the regular resin. And so you just mix those 2 together, and you just need to make sure that you have equal parts. That's why I use the cap. But if you're going to use the cap method like how I'm using it, you're going to want to make sure you clean out the cap. Like after you scoop out as much of the resin as you can, you're also going to take a paper towel and wipe that out, because otherwise it will harden to the cap. And if that happens, it's not going to be fun trying to get it off. Now you use your cuticle stick in order to mix those 2 parts together. Now you can just let it rest for 5 minutes. Now you notice that this is a little cloudy, and the cloudiness is the bubbles, the air bubbles that came in there when you were mixing it. And so that's when this half of a Starbucks straw comes in handy. So apparently when you blow hot air on it, it makes the bubbles pop. And so that's what I'm doing here. So I don't want to spend too much time doing that because there's so much resin in this container, and I want to pop the bubbles as I'm pouring them into these little molds. Make sure you can get as much of hair and dust particles as you can from out of your molds before you start pouring. As you're pouring, you can use your cuticle stick to push the resin into the little tiny corners that you'll find in your mold. What I learned about resin is that you have to be really patient with it, because once you get a bubble in there and you leave it in there, it hardens, it's there forever. So if you just take the time to just pour and then look really closely to see if there's any hairs or anything in it and pick those out with the toothpick, you will have beautiful pieces of work. And also, if you take the time to pop those bubbles, you won't have cloudy resin pieces after you get done. So I let the resin sit for a bit, for about 15 minutes, just to solidify a little bit more. And as you can see, it doesn't really matter what type of paint it is, what brand it is, it really doesn't matter. It's just acrylic paint that I've been using. Now we're going to twist the cap off. We're not going to squirt it on anything because we don't want to waste it. And we're going to take our toothpick, and all we're going to do here, we don't need to pour the paint in the resin, because if we do that, it's not going to dry, because you got 2 different types of material that you're trying to introduce to each other, and it's not going to dry evenly. So what I'm going to take is this toothpick, and we're just going to take and dip it in just a little bit just enough to cover up the tip, not anything crazy, not big drip marks. So we're just gonna take it on the tip of the toothpick and we're just gonna swirl it around, make a little design. Just spread it out as much as you can. Just make sure it's not globbed together, because then it's not gonna dry evenly. So if you spread it out as much as you can, it will dry evenly, I promise. Another tip too is when you're dipping it into the paint, only dip it twice. So this is the first time that I dipped it into the paint and I spread it all around. But I'm not going to exceed 2 times dipping it into the paint. Now this is the second time I'm dipping it into the paint, and this is what it should look like. Nothing dripping off of it. As a matter of fact, I scraped off a little bit of it, and then I'm going to dip it into the resin again, and I'm just gonna swirl it around and spread it out as much as possible and make sure it's not globbed together. And because we let it dry for a little bit, we're able to pick it up, and this is what it should look like so far. Make sure to keep the resin off the edges. Make sure to keep the resin off the little hole areas there, and you should have a pretty piece. Make sure you take that precious time to blow those bubbles out of your resin. Make sure all your bottles are closed. And then you're going to take your piece of scrap plastic container and just put it over top and make sure no dust or anything gets into your resin as it dries. Now this is about 12 hours later, and I waited about 12 hours so that it's still kind of soft, but it is dry. It's no longer tacky anymore. It's super satisfying watching them come out of the molds though. So these are my results. This is what they should look like. One side is shiny, but then the other side has a bit of a pattern to it because that was the flat side. That was inside the mold. And as you can see, I'm very excited. Now I'm gathering my supplies to make these into earrings. So I got my pliers, I have my earring wire, and my cutters and things like that. And I'm also going to grab my Ryobi drill, which has like little tiny drill bits in it, to make the hole. So I'm taking a few seconds to look at the actual earring to see where the best place would be to place a hole. And with much debate with myself, I decided to cut off the stem a little bit more to make it a little lower so that I can poke a hole just underneath the stem. To start that hole, I'm just going to take a regular needle that I have. It's kind of on the big side, and I'm taking my pliers and I'm pushing it down into the stem at the right spot where I want the hole. And I'm doing that, and I'm able to do that because of the fact that this resin is still a little soft, so I can just poke it in there by hand, no problem. Once I had started the holes with the regular sewing needle, after I pull it through, I'm going to grab my drill with a tiny drill bit. Just find the smallest one you can find, and then just clean up the hole a little bit more. Now I'm going to attach all my jump rings. So up top here, I'm going to link you to another video that will teach you how to make these earring wire that I'm about to make. And then you will learn it one time and you will never buy earring wire from the store again. Once you learn how to make these earrings, you're gonna have a lot of people stopping you and asking you what store you bought these from. And then you can proudly say you made it yourself. You guys, if you haven't subscribed yet or hit that notification bell, are you just being meanie heads? Just subscribe. There's more to come. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm super sorry I sound horrible, but I'll see you in the next video.